Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan. Passing pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Welcome into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep. You know what? Hold on one second.
KG wants to stay, but he knows he's got to leave.
He does keep hiding in the background. He's like, yo, I'm about to take off. I'm about to take off 5 minutes later. I'm about to take off. Shout out to KG.
He literally said that at 1:15.
Always
I got to
did
go,
happen.
man. Hey, bro, I got to go. And then he's still here.
We always start the show getting 4 daps out the way, everybody dapping up before the show starts. That did not happen today, so what I'm going to do, take a quick second, run over here. That's my guy.
Empty set, empty set, empty set. There we go. Empty set.
Yes, sir. All right.
Woo! Fired up! Let's go.
There we go. Now
Let's
we're back.
go.
I'll do it from afar.
got you.
I'll do
I
it from
got
afar.
you.
Is that all right?
That feels official, man. I'm
you.
trying to bring that energy. I've been having really good energy all day, man. I want to bring that to the show. I want to bring that to the people as we welcome you in. Like I said, to the Braylon Show with Shep. I'm Braylon, and that's Shep. Shep, what's up, bro?
You know, I try to not let sporting events anymore dictate my mood.
But don't
Okay.
act like you're not
So-
happy that today is something very special to you as it relates to a certain type of sport.
Yeah, I'm excited that baseball begins today.
Yeah, everybody.
No offense, I wish it was in a different capacity, quite honestly. But I would say this: yesterday, we all do dumb things once in a while. A first for me yesterday. A
Shep
first.
did something dumb. No.
Oh, I do it quite a bit.
Okay.
Where we park, the various spots on the street, unless you're KG and you get a limo driven to you here.
He always got the rag
Black
coming.
Hollywood,
You're
man.
wondering. You're going, okay. I
Shout
gotta
out to
find-
wifey.
I tried my best. That's what I mean. Yeah, I wasn't going to go there, but because everybody else had a picture. Wow, KG gets picked up in a limo. Who is he, Mitch Albom? But anyway, I was parked down the street, but I was parked right across from a gas station for a reason. Because I was low,
Needed gas.
really low.
So
I don't
that
know
was,
what you
that
guys
was kind of the
been there
reminder.
before.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
willing to go like below the line. I'm willing to
been
go.
there,
I'll take the dice out and roll it. I'll be like, yeah, I think I got a little bit more left in me. I get a call, and it's my son. He's like, Dad, I got water in my house. Can you come over and help me? Where's the water? It's in the kitchen, and I
Forgot all
really need
about
your
the
help.
gas tank.
You bet. 'Cause my wife was going out for dinner with her friends because of her birthday. She's doing it again tonight, which makes me wonder a little bit. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, I'll run over there. So
Yeah.
I head right over there. I'm about a block from his house.
Shep ran out of gas.
First time in my life.
Yo.
In my life
Shep.
that I ran out of gas.
So
And
first,
I looked down at and I went, son of a... I cannot believe it. I called my son.
Beeswax.
Yeah, I called my son, hey, man, I'm right near your house. You got to come get me. Why?
Bring
I
the
just
gas
ran
can.
out of gas. And he didn't have a gas can. So we had to go to the hardware store.
1999.
We had to get all the stuff to fix his water problem, which we did, which is great. And we had to get a gas can. And then I had to pouring it in, getting it all over the place. Come on, that's never a clean pour, okay? We're not
it's
talking about a glass of whiskey here. I'm struggling like nobody's business.
So Shep, first and foremost, I just want to say, as the president of the Running Out of Gas Club, I welcome you as a new member.
done that?
We 8 times.
8 times.
8 times. 8 times. I think it's a bit of my It's things that happen in my brain. Sometimes I'm on to the next, etc. But 8 times I run out of gas, Shep. It's okay. I now feel a little bit closer to you that you ran out of gas. Sorry, that was your experience. I've told this.
Do you keep a gas can in your car?
What? Yes.
Absolutely.
1,000%. So here's okay, sweet potato, pipe down over there. Pipe down.
I was going to say,
Pipe
Shep
down.
can borrow a gas can.
Side note, I
from you.
can't wait to tell you guys about what we have for you in store, but it'll be at the end of the show. March Madness, we're going to do a little Sweet 16 picking, if you will. Shep, it's something about something distracting you, and making you forget that you truly are out of gas. I told this story on the show again. I'll tell it again. I'm legitimately just got my Bentley coupe. I'm on campus. I'm in Ann Arbor. Pro day has already happened. Just driving around. I'm cruising.
Cruising in the Bentley coupe.
You know what type. Cruising in the street in my sticks.
Here we go.
100%. And then Benny Siegel came out with the Becoming, and then he also had the shoes, the
Don't
bees
get him started
on the
now.
rims.
Don't get him started, Kool-Aid.
Anyway, I won't go off the rails. But so I'm driving around campus, and I was like, let me go pull up over to Schembeckler. Let me go see my guys, see what's going on. Let me just hang out in the training room and do these things. Man, I wish I could do a little bit more now. But, So anyway, so I go over to Schembeckler, riding past the baseball stadium. Yost here, baseball here.
Fisher,
I see Lloyd Carr. I see Lloyd on one of his little strolls. He's got his khaki shorts on. He's outside. He's feeling good, no cap. I said, I'm going to go pull up on Coach. I go pull up on Coach. Hey, Braylon, take me for a ride. Now, I said, okay, cool. Okay, Coach, that's good. He jumps in. We go around the campus. This was like our moment of our talk, I guess, if you will. This was
A little togetherness. Huh?
Yeah, this was me ending out the right way. This was him telling me he appreciated me. This was him telling me it was nothing personal. I said, Coach, like, I just ran 4.3. I'm about to be like top 5. Like, you don't got to apologize to me. Like, you did everything the right way. So we're talking. We're driving around campus. And then eventually he's like, I got to go back. I got meetings. So I take him back. As I'm coming back, as we pull back close to Yost and close to the baseball arena where the parking is on the opposite side, I start looking and mine start. Now, Shep, I'm in a $220,000 car, and I am running out of gas with my head coach in the passenger seat. So I'm like, come on, like Braylon, this is why he was like he was towards you for your freshman, sophomore, junior year. Yeah. And so anyway, so I said I just got to play it right. His spot was wide open because Lori, rest in peace, had dropped him off, so his spot was open. I kind of used the rest of what I had in the gas tank, get in that spot and park, and came inside. Lloyd never knew I ran out of gas and that my car was stuck in his spot because I went in, faked it. I called my boy Hayes. Hayes picked me up. I went to the gas station, got a gas car, did it real quick. The other side to what you say, it is so ridiculously hard to put the gas in the car with those gas cans. Like, it's like you got to turn it a certain way and you got to pump it.
Yep.
And once you pump it and it stays in there,
You hope.
Yeah. I know now, I
like,
think.
Like Dante151 says, how the hell do you struggle putting gas in a canister? I wasn't struggling putting gas in a canister.
Just putting the gas in the car from the can.
So, yeah.
Right.
I picked up, smart or dumb, I can't do anything about it now, a 5-gallon gas can.
Yeah,
that's what I bought.
How much
right?
did you spill?
How much did I spill?
How much did you spill?
Oh, I bet you I spilled at least half a gallon.
Yeah, I ran out of gas about 2 years ago. Actually, my girl ran out of gas 2 years ago, and I went to relieve her. It was my truck. I stopped at the gas station, got one of those big 5-gallon things, and could not figure it out.
I hate the new gas cans.
I
freaking hate them.
And I'm pissed. I had a brand new pair of Dunks. Like,
yes.
my shoes were ruined.
Yeah.
I never could wear those Dunks again. I had a brand new pair of jeans on because we were coming from it was one of the worst experiences of my life.
You know what you got to buy?
Yeah.
That's tough.
You got to buy a funnel.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Now, what you gotta do is
I
gotta
am
run out of
struggling.
gas.
I've got this,
Already.
and the new gas cans. I don't know if you're aware. You got to press a button, push the damn thing, and then hold it there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Safety feature.
Yes, which is fine.
Yeah.
But try doing that with 5 gallons of gas and getting it in the gas
Here you go.
compartment. Okay. So a lady's walking her dog, and I looked at her and I said, "Ma'am, I know this is crazy. I don't know how far you live from here. Is there any way?"
Pepper spray.
I look like that kind of guy.
That was my pepper spray.
Is there any way you have a funnel? And she said, I do. She literally walked her dog back 3 houses, grabbed the funnel, brought it to me, and she said, you can keep it. I said, are you sure? I'd love to compensate. Keep it.
Yeah.
That's
Shout out.
That's what got me through.
So
Thank you, Young.
here's what's going to get you and I through moving forward. You know what I now do since the last time? Now, that was the last time I ran out of gas in 2024, and technically it wasn't me that ran out of gas. I digress. Now when I get to a quarter, I'm at the gas station. Like, now when I get to a quarter, it's one of those new mind things. I'm like, hey, I'm at a quarter. Let me go to the gas station. Let me go pick up. You know what? I need some water anyway.
Yeah, that's what my wife does.
I
When
need some
she
water.
gets to a quarter
Or a lighter, who
she
knows?
starts to go, oh my gosh, we got to get gas. I said,
Yeah.
you've got plenty. You can take it all the way down into the red. No, you can't do that.
That used to
Well,
be me.
guess
They're
what?
ready to get you in trouble.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
look who's got the last laugh. And I'm never going to live that down. You know damn well. That's like speeding, okay? And you know that.
Speeding?
You're speeding. I told you to slow down. I
Yeah.
told you to slow down. Don't worry about it. 9 over's fine. So, yeah, but you're 14 over. Don't worry about it. And then, woo, there's the bubblegum machine.
Speeding and running out of gas are two different things. Because running out of gas is something that Coach Carr, I told him recently. Like I told Coach last year, we went on a walk around his assisted living area that he stays in Ann Arbor. I told him I ran out of gas. He said, son of a... Anyway, but the difference is, like, I was actually embarrassed, and you should be embarrassed
Yes.
by running out of gas. I was embarrassed all 8 times. I was embarrassed. One time I ran out of gas twice in the same night.
Oh, my gosh.
Different Braylon. Just different Braylon. Different Braylon. But you should be embarrassed. Getting a speeding ticket is not embarrassing. Like, realistically, like, floor traffic, what you have got going on, I'm not embarrassed of speeding ticket.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah.
But I will say this. As I'm filling that tank or doing my best to do that,
Yeah.
I see all these people. I mean, just neighborhood, constantly. People just driving by. And they've got a story. Saw some dude, must have run out of gas, looks like an idiot.
I think it was Matt Shepard.
I am
Yeah,
not...
I think it was from the Braylon Edwards show.
I'm definitely not laughing at your failure yesterday, but I'm also like, yes, Shep's human. He's not so unbuttoned like he's not so buttoned up.
I am not.
Let's unbutton one of those.
Yesterday I was not. That was
Yeah.
it was a really bad faux pas on my part. And then here's another one. I finally get home. I want to do a bunch of work, and then I want to go. My son coaches lacrosse, so I wanted to go watch his team play.
Ooh, okay.
But the first thing I do, we have 2 golden retrievers. So imagine they're about
Names?
80 pounds.
Names?
All right, Cooper and Lola.
There we go.
So anyway, they're out there, and dogs do like what dogs do in the backyard, right? I go into the backyard to do what people are supposed to do to keep their yard clean. Slip sliding away.
Ooh,
Slip sliding away.
no.
So
not.
there was an 0 for 2 for me. And then
did
when you
you-
watch
did
the
you
Wings, it
fall
was 0
into-
for 3.
Yeah, hopefully you didn't make it out the ground.
I didn't. No, nothing like that.
Oh,
It was just
I thought this was like a pops moment from next Friday.
no, it's just a little skid.
fall?
Just a little skid.
Stanley.
Yeah. Oh. So
Yeah, so-
glad that day I've turned that page
Yeah.
and we moved to a new day. Even
Good
though
for you.
last night was not a great night for viewing either.
Oh my God.
You know, I kept thinking of you
what are we
last
gonna
night.
do
You
with
know
these
why?
Red Wings?
Because you were talking about physicality. Last time we talked about the Wings, you talked about physicality and the fact that somebody has got to stick. Remember?
Yeah.
Larkin took the cross
Heavy
check in the
cross
back.
check,
Right.
yeah.
What did Braylon say the next day? How are you not? Last night, somebody's got him in a headlock. How are you not? Somebody's beating the snot of Emmett Finney. How are you not? It is not there, and it's really disappointing. Doesn't mean they're done, but it's really disappointing. They do not play with an edge at all, which is surprising because the man who usually sits here for Big D Energy, when he played on
that part.
with the GM, and he played with that edge, and they had more than that. Like Brendan Shanahan's an unbelievable player. He's one of the greatest power forwards of all time because he could score and he could fight, but he played with an edge. I don't need a fighter. What I need
smug
is somebody who's got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and wants to go out there and prove something on a night-to-night effing basis. Thank you, Ric Flair. And they don't have it.
Also, too, you got to have a guy like that's ready to do that. You got to have a guy that can step up and do that. Watching these Red Wings, you don't have to necessarily have the best hockey acumen to understand when you see it. Like, they just don't have it. They're not physical. Like, They don't have the sense of urgency. They don't have the backing. When you watch the Red Wings back in the day, especially when they turned the corner in '97, but when you watch them, they were there for each other. They were fighting for each other. Yo, you bet not touch number 19. You better not put hands on 19. You better not touch Sergei Fedorov. There were certain Red Wings that were off limits. Like Dylan Larkin is this version of that for the Red Wings, and this is another situation where didn't feel protected, didn't feel supported, didn't look like, you know what? No, I know. And then for you to mention D-Mac, like these guys are around. That's one thing that the Red Wings have is their alumni, their family. They're around. They're there. Mickey Redmond talked about this a week ago, 2 weeks ago. He was talking about the lack of physicality, the lack of urgency, the lack of toughness, if you will. Mickey Redmond talks about it. You got all those guys in that building, all those guys that are right there. And I didn't turn my music.
No,
up.
it's all right. It's
Fine.
good.
It wasn't bad. Was
Very
it? It's
soothing.
smooth.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Summer madness.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got all those guys in the building, man, and nobody's speaking up. I wonder what the chain of command is. I wonder what the conversation is like. But this is a team, and we know their history. And one of the biggest parts of their history is now the GM. He's now brought other guys back. Brendan Shanahan's around. Shelley's around. D-Mac's always
Obviously,
down.
Chris Draper is
Drapes.
around. Sean Horkoff, who
So-
didn't play for the Wings, but he's around on a regular. I
Man,
mean, these are old time names, right? Dan Cleary is around, and Dan Cleary played with an edge. He wasn't necessarily a fighter.
They need a modern day Cronwall.
Yeah, a guy who's going to make sure you keep your head up. You know, a Vladimir Konstantinov type of guy, and those guys are two defensemen, but they need a forward like that, and that's why we were talking at the trade deadline. I'd love to see Vinny Trocheck because it's not that he's a fighter; he's got 15 goals. It's not like he's a high. I don't want Alex DeBrincat, who's got 35 goals, having to fight for himself.
Also, two things. One, I told you guys, I don't like playing Ottawa in March. It's something weird about Ottawa in March, and here we go. Shep, they're not good. They're not a good team.
Look at how many defensemen they were out last
and
night.
They were missing guys. They're not a good team. They're the third. They're the
third worst penalty kill in the league.
And then what happened?
And Detroit goes 1 for 4. Like they had the first 2 power plays, they had 2 shots. That's it. So it's, we're going to move on. We're going to talk a lot of Lions, and I'm looking forward to that. It's just really disappointing because when you have the head coach come out, and I want to say it's probably 3 times this year, maybe even 4, where he's actually talked publicly about his team's lack of, I'll use the word, not his word, heart to start a game. When the team you're playing was in New York the night before, winning 2-1.
Yeah.
And the Wings were 7-2-1. I got this off the broadcast.
Islanders helped them last night.
Yeah, they sure did. 7-2-1 against teams who are playing the tail end of a back-to-back, and Detroit had that night off. Until last night. They lose another one. They lose another 3-2 game. They had another goal called off. So you had all kinds of help last night.
Yeah.
Who lost? The right teams lost.
Yeah.
Boston lost, and
New York.
The Islanders lost. Those were really important games for you. How did Chicago beat them 4-3? But they did, and you can't take advantage.
Where's the conversation come next, Shep? Because this season isn't over, not by a long
He's
shot.
got 11 games left.
Season's not over. Does there need to be a conversation between McClellan and Stevie Y? Or is that a situation where, no, he's the coach, I have to stay out of these things?
No, I think they talk regularly. I think general managers and coaches talk on a regular basis. I really do. I don't think GMs in other sports are like GMs in football and at practice every day. But I do believe the general manager, my experience, is on road trips, and they do have regular conversations with their head coaches, for sure.
Gotcha.
What is the next conversation? There's nothing you can do about the lineup, unfortunately. You can change lines all you want, but you're not going to mix your defensive pairings. Falk is going to stay with Sherratt. Edmondson's going to play with Seider. You're not messing with that. It's not like you could have Docker come up and play in a first-line defense because he's not good enough.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's just a matter of guys actually playing. I mean, there's a reason they got certain guys in there.
Yeah.
Those guys need to start performing. Marco Kasper has been non-existent this year, and this goes back to our conversation at the trade deadline. Yeah. If these young guys are so damn good and you're unwilling to part ways with them to get whomever, fill in the blank. Quinn Hughes, okay? Vinny Trocheck. I don't care. If you're so unwilling to do that, why aren't those guys contributing? How come we're not seeing these guys come up and take hold of an opportunity?
Because the timing is not right. We're waiting. The timing isn't right. We're waiting for the perfect moment.
Do you know how many draft picks Steve Yzerman has had as general manager of the Red Wings?
How many rounds?
I counted 66. Okay.
Ooh,
do you know how many? Do you know how many had made major contributions?
3?
10.
I lowballed it.
Okay. That is not a good test sample at all.
I'll be interested to do that for Brad Holmes.
Dang, that's worse than Troy.
Yeah.
66 and you got 10. Yeah, that's tough.
Now that's not including this year, of course.
Right,
so
right.
that's unfair. And in fairness to Steve Yzerman, they draft guys at the age of 18. That's a hard thing to do.
That's true.
His first ever draft pick was Mo Seider. Most people were like, "Oh my
Mo.
God, who is this guy?" And look at how good he is. Arguably their best player outside of John Gibson.
Mo was good right away though. Like man,
Yeah, he won the Calder.
Yeah, 100%. So it's like, all right, cool. It was like, boom, you draft. Didn't have to wait long to see that pick pay off. We think Mo was 5. What was
fifth? I think fifth
Yeah,
overall.
he's fifth pick.
Yeah. So the point is, it's a harder judge because you're judging 18-year-olds and trying to predict what they're going to be like in 3 years or 4 years, unless you're Matthew Schaefer with the Islanders and you start right away, or Macklin Celebrini and he starts right away in San Jose and become stars. But that is not a good ratio.
No, especially when your fan base has been waiting for so long for you to at least make a playoff appearance. I feel like if they had one or two of those with some like a decent run here or there, maybe 2 or 3, it would make that process a little bit better. But when you're not really having the winning factor, I think that makes a lot of this like a lot tougher pill to swallow.
They keep kicking the can down the road as it relates to Stevie Y, as it relates to conversations, as it relates to seasons where you don't go to the playoff. We keep saying each season, all right, well, this season is going to be the one. All right, well, this season is going to be one. There'll be some serious conversations. Like, if they don't make it this year, Shep, you got 11 games to get into the dance, and if they don't, this would be 8 seasons, no playoff appearances.
Right.
What is the conversation, and what does the hot seat look like?
Oh, it's got to be super hot.
I appreciate
I don't know
that.
if it will. It has to be. I mean, since the Olympic break, they're 5-6-2. They've got the 27th ranked offense since the Olympic break. They've lost in 2 months. They've gone from first to out of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And they have a minus scoring differential, and they have a 14% success rate on the power play.
Second halves have not been kind to the pizza team.
It's brutal.
But
here's this. So that's big news. This might be bigger news. The fact that the Lions continue to stay busy in free agency, stunning to me. And is there more to come? Possibly. Look at who they signed. Former Niners guard Ben Barch. We're going to talk about that when we come back on the Braylon Edwards Show. All kinds of football discussion right around the corner.
It means they get it done. They get it done. Corporations, the government try to withhold compensation. I don't want to hear that. Just go to Ben Johnson. Make it the first call, the first communication that you do.
It's the right call, right? Just like it's the right call to go to Art and Jake's. When you're looking to check out the Sweet 16, or you're looking to check out the Pistons and the Hawks tonight, eventually you're going to want to watch another Red Wing game as long as it doesn't make you sick to your stomach. Tomorrow you're going to watch the Tigers and the Padres. Where do you watch them? Art and Jake's. And listen, Art and Jake's got 6 locations in Metro Detroit. In Sterling Heights, on this Friday in Sterling Heights, both Michigan and Michigan State are going to play. Michigan's at 7:45, I think. Michigan State is soon thereafter. They've got 6 Sweet 16 matchups. We're going to be live, bringing you every bracket-busting moment on their wall-to-wall screens, 80 TVs.
St. John's, baby.
There we go. So you're going to watch Michigan State and UConn. You're going to watch Michigan take on Alabama. Thank you, Keith Jackson. But you're going to do it at Art and Jake's with us, Woodward Sports, this Friday in Sterling Heights.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Planet Fitness never drops the ball because they understand that fitness is essential. So come on down. There's no judgment. There's trainers on staff. And then the locker rooms as well as all the equipment are squeaky clean. It doesn't matter if you're starting your journey, you're continuing your journey, or you're trying to take your journey to the next level. Planet Fitness is the place to do it at. We're all strong on this planet, and that planet is Planet Fitness.
Wait is over, folks. Baseball is back. Tonight, the Yankees play the Giants. All right. Logan Webb, who started a couple of games for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic and was really good. He'll start for him. Good. He won 2 games. Yeah.
Good.
But America didn't. Anyway, well, thanks a lot, Aaron Judge. But you're going to play against Logan Webb, his teammate. And really, it was more than Judge, right? But so baseball's back, and we're back with it too in Woodward Sports. We can't wait for this. Friday, April 3rd, downtown, we got the Grand Slam Opening Day Festival. Broadcasting live all morning. Hang out with my friend Braylon Edwards, D-Mac, and the whole Woodward Sports crew team to talk baseball and get you all fired up. And Broder and KG and I will be at Buddy's.
It's a fire lineup.
We hope so. We're going to have a blast talking baseball throughout as well with you. We want you to be with us. Detroit's biggest opening day event is taking place right here on Woodward Sports. Friday, April 3rd, the Grand Slam Opening Day Festival. Head downtown, 1526 Broadway Street. Get there and be there all day long. You can get your tickets at GrandSlamDetroit.com. We will also have one, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, who knows, of what? Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Why? Because it's relaxing, because it tastes good. Stop drinking stuff that doesn't taste good. Drink the stuff that tastes really good. Real vodka, real iced tea, clean, crisp. You can sip it, you can chug it, and it's not going to hurt. 100 calories. But please, when you do, drink responsibly.
And we back.
We back.
One of the best questions to ask people in general, if you want some type of emotional response, how do you think Brad Holmes has done this year? Like if I could sit down with Brad Holmes, my first question might be, what do you think the perception or the phrase might have been about you after your first 2 drafts? I would tell him, we trust in Brad Holmes. In Brad Holmes, we trust. What do you think it is now? I don't know. I think there's a lot of people frustrated. But they did make another signing, and they continue to add to what is starting to become, is it a strength? Is the offensive line becoming a strength when you get Scruggs in a trade, Borum as a free agent, Cade Mays as a free agent, and Ben Barch as a free agent? Is it becoming a strength in your mind?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare try to. That's called gaslighting, Shep. Like, that's called gaslighting at its finest.
What's the matter with Juice?
And Braylon Edwards is not taking the bait.
What's the matter with Juice?
No. Kool-Aid, you trying it too. I'm not taking the bait. At the end of the day, I will say it this way.
You just went third person.
No, and no.
Okay.
No, it's not becoming a strength. What it's become is it's becoming a place where you now have a lot of bodies. You have a lot of bodies at the offensive line position. You put yourself in a position where if your starters go down, there's a guy on the bench. Mm-hmm. In fact, there's a lot of guys on the bench. But the problem with the conversation about those guys is A lot of those guys aren't good. So it's one of those things where is it becoming strength? No. In order to become a strength, like, you got to add some dudes. Cade Mays is a good player. Cade Mays definitely helped bolster that offensive lineup. But when you're talking about the potential to move Panay, which we don't know this for a fact, but talking about moving Panay over, who's taking over at right tackle? And neither one of those dudes are sufficient enough for me. So is it becoming a strength? No. Do we now have depth? However, if we have 40 injuries, sure. We have 40 $1 million players that we've acquired over the past month or so. So, yeah, there's depth. But it also needs to be more than depth. It needs to be players that can be impactful players that can help you turn around what you did last season. And so far, the impactful player is Cade Mays, cut the deck. And then there's two individuals that I think are going to be decent players, Roger McQuarrie, who's your third DB, if you will, and then Isaiah Pacheco for what they're using him for this year. Everybody else is just a player. Everybody else, a lot of these guys, Shep, they may not even be on the final roster.
That's right.
Like, they may not even be on the final roster.
That's true.
So the depth piece, and then, that's all you're going to hear, whether it's our show, the following show, the show before, show and others.
Talking about
depth. Yeah. They're adding depth. We know that they're adding depth. But you need to add some impactful players as well, because depth can only do so much. Because the guys that are depth pieces right now, like the guys that are in front of them aren't that good.
Sewell, Mays, Ratledge, question mark.
Yeah.
Right? And if Sewell's your left tackle and Ratledge is your right guard and Mays is your center, you have a question mark at right tackle.
Yeah.
Could come in the draft. Do these signings, do you think it means that they feel comfortable enough where they may not address tackle in the draft in the first round anyway?
I don't know. Because what you're seeing from Brad Holmes, we already are living in an era of NFL that's different. You're seeing a lot of different moves from a lot of different teams. It's not just the Detroit Lions. You're seeing a lot of shorter contracts. You're seeing defensive players or players I thought would get more, not get as much money as I thought. You're seeing people make moves, a lot of these shorter deals. So I understand that's the era we're in, but I have never seen 13 $1 million deals.
Not just that.
Like 13 $1 million deals.
Yeah, there's only one guy who's to an extended contract, and that's Cade Mays.
And realistically, you are with 13 signings so far. We know it's a draft, and I get all that. We're just having a conversation about right now.
Yeah.
13 signings, one of them not $1 million. The other one's $1 million. You still are not a better team than you were last year.
You don't think their offensive line is better yet?
The offensive line is better.
Okay.
But by how much? Because what does left guard look like? What does right tackle look like?
Right.
Like, is Taylor Decker coming back through these doors?
You still have two question marks is what you're saying on the offensive line.
On the offensive line.
Last year we had two question marks. The two question marks last year were left guard and center. This year the question marks are going to be left guard and right tackle if Sewell moves from right to left.
100%. I'll give you an example. I don't like to always go to the Chicago Bears and what they're doing. This one fits the conversation. Last year, what were they terrible at, deficient at? Offensive line. Same as us.
Going into the season.
Going into the season going into offseason last season.
Correct.
They were horrible at offensive line. They said, you know what? Caleb can be a much better version of himself. Let's go get guys. They went out and got left tackle. They went out and got a center. And then they went out and got a right tackle as well. So instantly, the moves they made, I'm not telling you go and spend that money. I'm just addressing. They saw an issue. They fixed the issue. Legitimately, before the draft, you're like, this offensive line is going to be better. Like, you know what? You're not going to have to worry about Caleb not having time. You're not going to have to worry about the offensive line being the issue for them. You're not going to have to worry about not necessarily having a run game because you've gotten better with moves that you made.
I don't disagree with any of that.
Yeah.
I think you're dead on. The different scenario is they don't have a quarterback making $53 million. They don't have a wide receiver making as much as St. Brown.
Right.
And they don't have a defensive end making as much as Hutchinson.
That's fair. Also, you did that to yourself as it relates to
I'm not making an excuse.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
You did that as it relates to Jared Goff. But also, if you want to go that route, you could have kept Kevin Zeitler last year.
That's correct.
Now, you could have kept that.
Hell, you could have picked him up this year.
So
he's still available.
100%. So when you talk about, you could have kept Kevin Zeitler last year.
That's
and
right.
now you legitimately have Kevin Zeitler. He wouldn't have gone anywhere. You maybe not even have to draft Tate Ratledge, or maybe you draft.
Or maybe you draft him and put him at left guard.
You could have done that part.
Okay.
You could have done some things differently. So, like, And once again, this goes back, but it goes back to who?
So this is
We're
what
having this conversation. It goes back to
happens.
Brad.
This is what happens. Management. I'm not saying Brad Holmes only. I'm saying management in general. Management will think they've cured a problem. We're not going to sign Zeitler. He's out. We've got his replacement. The problem is you still have holes elsewhere. If you would have kept him, you wouldn't have had that hole in the first place. And the guy you picked to fill that hole could have filled one of your other holes. And you would have been in much better shape. On top of all this, the concern that I think Lions fans have, and I think it's completely legitimate, is the whole injured player, bring him on over. Barch, in 2022, had such a serious knee injury that people thought it was career-altering.
Brad has a type.
Man has a type, you know. I mean, some women have types. Some guys have types with women.
Brad has a type, man.
Brad has a type. In 2025, he had a high ankle sprain in week 2. Okay. How many times does that happen? That happens a lot in football. All the time. He was on injured reserve a number of times, and afterwards had a foot sprain that ended his year. And to me, the sniff test, Marcus Davenport.
Poop.
That's what it is. It's what I stepped in last night.
I wasn't saying he was poop. I was more so that's what you're. That's what you're.
It,
we got sound out of Brad, and I would love to play some of these edits and have more conversation about it because he said some interesting things, and I don't want to necessarily start talking about the things that he said and how I feel before we see the comments. Because Shep, I'm half full, Braylon, glass half full. I'm having conversations. I'm not going off, even though it's $13 $1 million deals, blah blah blah. But when you listen to him talk. The nervousness or the question marks, they may start to go up a little bit.
I agree. So there's a few different sound bites that he had from a podcast. Very informative.
You know what the one I'm starting with.
Yeah. Kool-Aid?
Is it the 2-minute one or the one where he's talking about actually he's talking about the moves?
Yeah. He's talking about free agency. Yeah. Their approach to free agency.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid, fire away. We'll take them one.
You said that's the 2-minute one?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Go ahead.
We're trying to keep our sustainability at a good level, and so we're not trying to do this one and done kind of thing. So you can take two different approaches. You could be, well, let's not extend these players, and then let's get more expensive free agents. Well. Are we sure that that's the right move, or is that going to give us the right amount of sustainability that we're looking for? So those are the decisions that we're always weighing. So when I bring up financial constraints, it's like, look, man, like, all right, hypothetically, say you have a $20 million budget, right? I feel like I'm going off topic.
No, please go ahead.
Anyways, But it was just on my mind a little bit. But say you had like a $20 million budget for free agency. Well, you can look at one guy and say, look, man, you can get that one player. And say you get that one player. Well, say that one player's $18, $19 million of that 20.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what else are you going to get? So then you're trying to say, well, tackle, center, defensive end, DBs, one. That stuff adds up, man. And so you have to make the decision. So when you do your vertical stacking, you have to look at it horizontally as well and say, do you want this one player? But also you got to look at the gaps that I was talking about. If player A is this much more money, if player B, if the gap is that much closer, is that a $10 million gap? Or is that kind of a $2 or $3 million gap? And so then it's like, well, maybe it makes more sense because if we get this B player or this second player, then we can also get 3, 4, and 5. Where if you just get A, you're just A, and then that's it. And so those are the kind of decisions that we always have to make.
What is he talking about?
Talk to me.
What is he talking about? No, what is he really talking about? Because if the way I'm interpreting this conversation is he's talking about Max Crosby. He's talking about Trey Hendrickson.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's talking about those big moves. If we get one of these big moves, what does that leave you? Where does that leave you? Where it leaves you is you could have made moves last year. Like, why didn't you come out and say this last year when you passed on Kevin Zeitler, when the offensive line was completely a rut and you didn't draft or fix that well? Like, where was this conversation last year? This year, you bring up this conversation. Well, it's more so about vertical and horizontal stacking. And if you pay 18 for a player, then what else can you do? How many times did we comment on moves that were made in this offseason process so far where guys made really good moves, teams made really good signings? Not everybody did the Jalen Phillips and Carolina Panthers. There were only one of two of those moves. Those were outliers. A lot of these deals were affordable. Look at look at Edmonds and the deal he signed. Look at Boye Mafe. Look at the deal he signed. There were so many workable deals that teams sign for players that are going to impact and change. No one is telling Brad Holmes to go out there and risk all the money that you have to go get Max Crosby. What we're trying to tell you to do is go get 3 or 4 3 impactful players.
He seems like a guy who is answering questions defensively and finding reasons why he can't rather than why he can.
He's also bringing up the budget and say you got $20 million. Like, Brad, everything's public record. Like, we know how much money Sheila has. We know how much money you guys have, the Detroit Lions. We know what you say.
I thought he had 24. I think it's 24.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it just, to me, it feels like an individual that's treading water. Like, at one point in time when we looked at Brad Holmes as a guy that came in with a plan, knew what he was doing, made moves. Like, you talk about the 2023 draft. You never have to not talk about how great that 2023 draft is if you want to bring it up, because it was. It was elite, the moves he made. But you need to leave it there because of what's happened since. Like, he was cooking with grease. He made some moves. You're good. The 24 offseason, they bring in Carlton Davis. They bring in Kevin Zeitler. Like, they're rocking and rolling. It seems like in the 24 draft seemed like things started there for Brad Holmes. It's a bad 2024 draft. 2024 season is filled with injuries. In the 2025 offseason, you don't necessarily do the things to bolster up what your team was at that time, which was 15-2. You didn't make these moves last year to add the depth to last season's team or 2 seasons ago team to now you wouldn't have had the issues you had last season. You would have been a better version of yourself. Some of those moves. So this feels like an individual and it's all good. Like, players mess up. Like, everybody messes up. No one is perfect. There was one perfect individual that ever walked this earth, and y'all know who it was. Like, people mess up. But at the same time, when you don't know, one of the best conversations we ever talk about is Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's one of his greatest attributes is he admits what he does not know. And he finds people to help him in that sense. And we've seen him get better at things over the years because of that. Brad Holmes may be in a space where when you go back to when he has 2 first-round picks, when he has high early draft picks, he does an amazing job. Mm-hmm. But now we're not in a space where we're getting 2 first-round picks. Now we're not in a space where our pick is 6 or 2 or a high-end pick like Penei Sewell, who was 7th. We're not getting those picks. And the thing that he struggled on, with the exception of 24, I always go back to that because I like Carlton Davis. Even though I didn't like DJ Reader, I like what the thought process was there. And then I like Kevin Zeitler. Like, outside of that, he struggles in free agency, he struggles at the trade deadline, and he's struggling in the draft since he's not had these 2 first-round picks. So for me, it feels like treading water when you align this plan up where you're like, oh, we got Dortch and Barch and Wonham and Clark and all these players, and you look at their McCrary, and you look at their stat lines, or you look at their film, and
cooking with grease,
and you look at their stat lines, or you look at their film, and you're like, what are we going to do with this besides have depth? So
I don't care about total numbers, how many they sign. I care about the impact those players are going to make.
Facts.
And he and Dan Campbell will ultimately decide and see just how impactful these guys will be. Before this year, I don't think he's had a bad track record in free agency. I don't think there's much of a track record. He doesn't do it very much. So the guys we've talked about, Montgomery, you mentioned Zeitler for sure. There are certain guys. Carlton Davis was a trade, right? DJ Reed as a cornerback. All right, a lot of these guys, they're fine. Okay, I'm not going to sit there and downgrade him for that. It's the lack of attention to the positions that have been screaming for 2 years minimum of you need something here, and it has been virtually ignored.
lack of self-awareness for me. If you want to give him the credit for those, 100%. I don't for DJ Reed. That's me.
Right.
You gave him David Montgomery. That's a damn good one. You know what you also got to go back to if we're going to do that? Money was available. Money was available back then because they hadn't paid Jared Goff. They hadn't paid Amon-Ra St. Brown. They hadn't paid Penei Sewell. So now it goes back to he had money and he had 2 first-rounders. Now, according to him, they don't have a lot of money. And you're looking to build through free agency, which you say he doesn't do often. So
it's a good debate on, you mentioned the 2 first-rounders, and it's fair because it was Gibbs and Campbell is what Braylon's referring to. But I would say
it was 2 years in a row they had 2 first-rounders, and like it was 22 and it was 23.
Correct. 22, they had Aiden Hutchinson and Jamison Williams. The next year, they had Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell. Oftentimes, GMs, and I'm not one of those guys who takes it away from, that's easy to do because you had 2 first-rounders. Well, there's plenty of teams that screw that up. He didn't. But I would say if you look at his drafts, and I know that everybody falls back to those two. In 2021, when he drafts Sewell, he gets McNeil, he gets Amon-Ra St. Brown, he gets Derek Barnes.
I'll give you Amon-Ra St. Brown and Penei Sewell for sure.
Okay, so maybe Aleem McNeil did have a good enough year to warrant at least consideration for an extension. I'll say 3.5 decent players. I don't know how many we need.
Go to 22.
Okay? 2022. Hutchinson, Williams, Joseph, Malcolm Rodriguez.
No.
But Malcolm Rodriguez is a special teams guy. He's also a late pick. He's a 6th-round pick.
But you don't have to mention him because he's exactly that. Like it doesn't move the needle. I'm not mad at the pick. I'm not mad at the pick. It's just don't need to bring it up.
Fair enough. But as a 6th-round pick, if I'm getting a special teamer, I'm getting a guy who's going to contribute every once in a while on defense, I think it's a good enough pick to at least say, okay, Brad, you did what you're supposed to do.
Not when you chart him, but not when you chart Malcolm Rodriguez out here for the last 3 years like he's some linebacker that's going to make a difference as a starting linebacker. Like the last 3 years, they've trotted him out here in training camp or talked about how he was going to be a starter, how he can take over, how Kelvin Shepard loves him and he's going to take these steps and he's not a starter. But they have been trotting him out here for the last 3 years like he's a starter, like he's an impactful player. I understand he had an interception in the playoffs that sealed the game for you against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kudos. It was a great play by him. He's not a starting linebacker.
I don't disagree with you. I think they use him as a starter just in case. He started 10 games over the last 3 years. You've got to have somebody just in case Alex Anzalone gets hurt. He was the guy, or somebody gets hurt. So anyway, so you get those guys, and then in 2023 it's Gibbs and it's Campbell and it's Laporte and it's Branch, and that's fantastic.
2 first-round picks in 23,
and 2 second-rounders,
and it led to that.
Yeah, and 2 second-rounders, and then 2024 is where he stubs his toe, because Terrion Arnold, people aren't sold on, and I don't blame them. Enos Rakestraw has been MIA. Giovanni Manu has not given anybody with great, confidence. Sione Vaki is a special teamer, and that's a 4th-round pick. And Christian Mahogany started some games a year ago at left guard.
And for me, that's always why I say that's the start of it. The start of it was the 2024 draft.
Yes.
Because there's no way you can tell me that you were the best team in the effing playoffs that year. Let's not dance around it. You're the best NFL team in the 2023-24 playoffs, right? You acted like it in the offseason free agency moves, but you did not act like it.
Or lack thereof, yeah.
No, I think they acted like it in terms of I think they took the momentum that they were on. Yes, I think they did a really good job with the momentum and the players that they picked up based on where they were.
Yeah, I was referring to the defensive.
Oh,
right, go ahead. Yeah.
The draft. How do you not take it more serious? How do you try so many things and make so many moves? I'm dumbfounded by it. Because when you're that close, you're knocking on the door going, I've been there. That's just hard. You're knocking on the door of the Super Bowl and you're right there and you lose that game and then you get into the draft and you act like you already won that game and you're just, let's just try and do this. So we can do that, or let's draft this guy because he went to Alabama. That for me was the start of it. And it preceded the following offseason with free agency. It preceded in the 2025 draft with the exception of Tate Ratledge. For me, it continued.
This will surprise many, I believe, in Detroit. ESPN's a respected website. I mean, you may not respect a lot of the programming, I get it, but their website is well respected.
Yeah.
Recently, Ben Solak, who's an NFL writer, came out and said NFL free agency and graded teams on their free agency movements, okay? He's got the Lions at number 3. You know the key acquisitions?
Yeah.
Cade Mays, DJ Wanham, Larry Borum, Isaiah Pacheco, Rock Yassin kept, Roger McCreary, Juice Scruggs. This is before they bring in Borch, right? Here's what he loved. Detroit has more needs than it has money to throw around, but it did extremely well to take high upside swings in the margins. Pacheco can't be 100% of what David Montgomery was for them, but the Lions don't want that anymore. They want a capable short yardage pass protecting back to relieve Jahmyr Gibbs, and they got that in the veteran minimum. Lions also got a functional starter at center in Mays at $8 million a year in the offseason, in which the center market was exploding. Want him as ideally a number 3 edge instead of a number 2 option, but opposite Aiden Hutchinson, he can fill the Al-Qadim Mohammed shoes and then some. And at corner, McCreary can start if he's healthy too. This class is filled with, his word now, great value.
This dude will be jobless. Like, this dude will be jobless.
Man, Tennessee sucks.
I'm not even going to say he sucks. He will be jobless inside of a year. Are you serious? Just go to the last paragraph. Functional. I like the pick of Cade Mays. I like that. He's a center that is going to give Jared Goff a much better shot than he had last year.
Yeah.
When you start using words like functional, you can't go down there and say great value. Functional and great value are not in the same category. Now, keep going. Want him is ideally a number 3.
Right. Hasn't addressed the ultimate need, right?
A number 3. And go back further down. No, not
McCreary can be a starter if he's healthy.
No, that I like.
Okay.
He can fill the Al-Qadim Muhammad shoes. And no, he can't. Because Al-Qadim Muhammad is younger. He is in shape. He is healthy. He doesn't have any injuries like that. He had 11 sacks last year. Wanham hasn't sniffed 5 since tearing his quad, which is an injury, which is another situation, bringing in injured players.
And that's not mentioned at all in any
no,
of
it's not. Of course they're not, because it takes away from the conversation and narrative. So when I'm listening to this, there's no way in hell you can chart out Larry Broom, Juice Scruggs, $4 million Rock Yassin, Wanham is a number 3 edge instead of a number 2, and tell me he can do the same thing and then tell me a class filled with great value. The best value of this class is that you have depth now. If guys get hurt, you can roll somebody else in there. Only problem is the guy that you're rolling in is probably about the same as the guy that's starting is hurt.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with you. The Al-Qadim Mohammed with the 11 sacks a year ago didn't play a lot of snaps, but it doesn't matter.
He was not getting 11 sacks.
He's not. He's probably not. He's had 8. He's had as high as 8. Twice in his career, he's had as high as 8.
And tore his quad.
But to
at
your
the end of that season, he had 8 sacks.
Right.
And has not been close.
And to your point, last year started 15 games, had 3. All right. And I'm sorry, you don't want to just get caught up in numbers. You advise that to us all the time.
You don't.
But this is a guy, as a defensive end, you can get caught up in numbers because you're tired of hearing about the pressures. Are you not?
Yeah,
all the time. You are sick and tired of hearing about how many pressures did this guy have, so on and so forth. Right. You want how many times they get into the back. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. The Lions' pressures and sacks since 2021, all right? They ranked 30th in sacks and 31st in pressures. In 2022, they ranked 18th in sacks, 13th in pressures. In 2023, they ranked 23rd in sacks, 5th in pressures. In 2024, 23rd in sacks and 4th in pressures. And 2025, 4th in sacks, 5th in pressures.
Right.
If the pressures are so important, why are we always talking about how you need another defensive end? I'm just asking. Where's it coming from? Everybody and their brother have suggested over the last 3 years that you need somebody opposite Aiden Hutchinson. And we're not asking for Trey Hendrickson or Max Crosby or Myles Garrett or Micah Parsons. We're asking for somebody who's going to stay healthy and can produce more than 3 sacks. We said this at the time when Brad Holmes brought back Marcus Davenport for the second go-round. It was similar. I use the example of Scott Mitchell. Signing Scott Mitchell back in the day to throw to Herman Moore and Johnny Morton and Brett Perriman and hand off to Barry Sanders was a good idea because he was in Miami. What killed Detroit was signing him to a second contract. Marcus Davenport, you want to go out and take a shot? I get it, okay? The second shot was ridiculous. And that's what Brad Holmes is having a hard time shedding right now, is everybody believing that he's doing bottom-of-the-barrel garbage shopping and getting guys on a hope and a prayer.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's not about the number per se. A lot of times it's the context around it. But Shep, DJ Warner was a starting defensive edge rush for the Carolina Panthers last year. Like if you just look at the teams they played, there's no way in hell you only had 3 sacks. There's no way in hell you played 15 games, you stayed away from that. First of all, your division alone, like Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins were the quarterbacks.
Right.
Tyler Shah, if you will. Get out of here. Bryce Young.
Yep.
Stop playing. You couldn't get to him. You also played Tua Tagovailoa, who I don't even think played in that game. Like the Jets, like, his schedule is horrible.
Dude, he didn't just have 3 sacks. He had only 4 quarterback hits. That you're not even getting to the queue. That's the problem.
He says we're trying to keep our sustainability. He said we want to be good for a very long time. And what happens is, unfortunately to fans, the Detroit Lions fans, like, y'all allow this individual to gaslight you in this sense. You've never been this good. You've never had a stretch run like this. You've never seen this. The 2023 draft, being on, knocking on the door in 2023. Because of these things, Brad has you around his fingers. Because anything he does, you guys are going to agree with. Anything he does, you guys are going to be like, look, man, look, you can't talk about Brad. Why would you say that about Brad? When have we ever? All right, like, since you want to keep going back to 2023, what did you do last year?
Mm-hmm.
How'd that work out for you? So the conversations that I have are based on what the season last year was, not what you did 2 years ago and what you almost were able to do. It's about results-based business. And when you're looking at last year, when you look at some of the moves, you would hope that an individual makes better moves. You can't sustain 9 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're talking about you want to sustain. Well, right now you were 9 and 8 and you missed the playoffs last year. You are absolutely on your way to sustainability because right now you look like 9 and 8. So
Sheesh.
But that's what the conversation is.
Keep it real.
But watch this though. When Brad Holmes says this in this presser and everybody reads it, yeah, he's right. We want to be good forever. How many people run around this network? It was like, yeah, we're going to be good for the long haul. Like, yeah, we're going to be good for the next 8 years. Yeah, no, you're not.
I'm hit.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. And two, it's like, man, trust Brad, let Brad cook. Well, the last 18 months, if you look at the cooking that he's doing,
he's still cooking, but
he's cooking, but that cooking is, it's ramen noodles. That cooking's in the microwave. So, like, I think that
it's not even cup of noodles with the vegetables.
Nah, man. Well, it might be the spicy noodles that you can buy, import them in from overseas, yada yada. But I just think that conversations like this are tricky because it almost feels like a level of not unsure. It almost feels like a level of, man, I'm in a situation. I've never been here before. How do I get out of the situation?
Well, here's
let me go on the safer side. Build through the draft. I got all these depth pieces, and let me just hope that the guys that I paid, let me hope that the guys that are here already, that are all pros, etc., let me hope that the depth, whatever we do in the draft, and those picks are enough.
I think also people wonder a little bit about if you're getting rid of a guy, and somebody put this in the chat, they rode Al-Qadim Muhammad out of town, 11 sacks a year ago. He signed in Tampa, I believe, for a 1-year, $4 million contract. 1 year, $4 million.
4 or 6.
I thought it was 4.
4.
We can Kool-Aid can verify that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you're looking at DJ Wanham, it's 1 year, $3 million. It's not my money. $1 million is a lot of money to anybody.
But that $1 million, you get another player.
But you understand where I'm going with that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, each are 1 year contracts. If you've got the culture and you've got the chance to win, and the guy's getting playing time and all this other stuff, you would think that you would want to stay.
Yeah, and I got his contract. It is 1 year, $4 million, featuring $2.5 million guarantee and a potential max value of 6 if he gets the incentives.
Correct. If he hits the incentives.
Yep.
Right.
What's the incentive? 2.5 sacks?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I would guess it would be a little bit more than that, but yeah, it could be very attainable. One would assume.
I don't want to be this guy. I came here with high energy, and that's because you damn Detroit Lions fans.
Keep it real, Brian.
No, but they made me care about this team. So, like, this isn't conversation where I'm yelling at the Lions fans like, ha, look at you. I told you Brad Holmes is struggling, and now you feel it too. That's not what it is. I like the Lions. I actually love the Lions. Like, I want them to be the best version of themselves. When I get up here and do these shows, I wear more Lions-ish than I do Jet-ish. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm coming up here, it's coming from a place that I want to see these dudes win. Like, I want to see these dudes, like, achieve a goal that 2 years ago we saw as you can do this. A year ago we saw you can do this. So I just want them to make some moves. I don't want it to look like they're struggling. I don't want it to look like after 5 years, you've already had 5 years. Like we've already donned, well, a lot of people already donned you the best GM. This is the best regime. This is the best of this. But see, that was in the earlier part because the last year and a half of that regime is not necessarily that. So you got to make. You can't keep doing the same things expecting a different
result. That's the definition of crazy. Well, there's more from Brad Holmes on that podcast that we'll get to on the other side. We'll take a quick time out after this from Estates Title and Pure Psychiatry. Stay with us on the Braylon Edwards Show.
I'm still Braylon Edwards half full, man. I'm trying now. Whether you're buying a home or refinancing, the team at the Estates Title Agency, they can make it happen for you. And not only can they make it happen, they'll make the closing process simple and convenient. My boy Nabi Saad over there is making things shake. Give him a shot. Proudly serving Michigan since 2003. That was a good year, man. That's the year I beat Ohio State. Turn up!
Like that.
Well, we beat Ohio State. The staff at the State's Title Agency has over 20 years of experience. So they do this. They know you're busy, which is why they offer evening as well as weekend closes, and they will even come to you. Because once again, it's about the convenience. It's about the simplicity. It's about making things easier for you, man. Trust Estates Title Agency for all your title needs. Call Mr. Deeds.
Life can beat you up a little bit. Everybody knows that, right? Pure Psychiatry lives it on a regular basis with the people that they care most about, you, okay? If you've got an issue right now, if it's hard for you to handle some of the things that life is throwing your way, you're not alone, okay? Pure Psychiatry wants to help. They're there for you. They've got 16 locations in the state of Michigan. They've got 2 more in the state of Ohio. They provide personalized psychiatric care designed specifically for you. This is not one of those where one stamp and it fits everybody. It's not cookie cutter, man. It's developed for you, the individual. Find them today, PurePsychMI.com. That's PurePsychMI.com.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill sub-zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Bye.
Michigan sports.
You know what time it is?
Hall of Fame,
better recognize. Hey, look, man.
Ooh, you got some goodies over here, huh?
Look, I put that work in on the field. You know what time it is, but that's besides the point. This is about family. This is about the city. This is about my team, and my team includes Woodward Sports. Oh, my God. I got my boy Brandon Dent in the building. KG over there, man.
Sir.
Same show. This is just a blessing to be here, man. Blessing to be with my fam. Yo, Woodward Sports, you never know what the F is going on, but it's always going to be good, though. Tell you.
Let's go.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
And it's time to place y'all's bets with MLB baseball kicking off tonight. Why? Because you can place any bet up to $1,000, and if you lose, you get that bet back. All you gotta do is scan the QR code, enter the code Woodward1000. If that first bet doesn't hit, you get that deposit back up to $1,000. That's right, one whole stack back just for giving it a shot. Minimum bet $20. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000 or scan the QR code on the screen. And it's time to kick those sugar energy drinks and time to level up with Thrive Energy Pouches. Made right here in the US of A, Thrive delivers fast-acting energy and elite cognitive focus using all natural caffeine. Best part? All clean, all energy. Y'all know me. All natural, zero sugar, and absolutely zero crash. Grab Thrive Energy in wintergreen, peach, peppermint, and cinnamon. Scan the QR code on your screen right now, or go to dipstop.com to grab a tin. Use promo WSN at checkout to get 50% off your entire order. Seriously, guys, they just effing work.
A tin, I like that. You know, you can spit in one bottle and drink in the other. Just make sure you know the difference. That's when I got really sick while I was dipping one time. You don't want to do that. You just want to drink the Sam Adams and then collect the 10 cents off the bottle, okay? Because Sam Adams is as good a beer. It's as refreshing a beer. It's as light a beer, and it's brewed with Michigan real cherries as there is on the market. There's no question. You see that picture right there? That's what a beer is supposed to look like. It's not supposed to look like something that you got
with real ingredients.
That's right, with real ingredients that you got, out of a water dispenser. You're supposed to have some flavor, some body. Sam Adams, cherry wheat. Please drink responsibly.
Like, here's a funny story
We
about
back.
dip. Like the one and only time I ever did a dip. Like one and only. Like it's preseason 2008. Was it 7 or 8? It was 2008. Preseason 2008. It's the last game of the season. It's back when the last preseason game. It's 4 back then. The starters never played in the 4th game. So you go out there, you warm up, you work up, you sweat, get a good lather in, you get some rounds in with the quarterback. Game time, you come t-shirt, jogging pants, little visor. So I've been telling the offensive linemen, shout out to Hank Fraley, who is part of the story. So I've been telling them for like last couple of years, like, I'll try to dip one day. I'll try to dip one day. I'll let you guys get me. I thought it was nasty. It just looked nasty. People spitting. I'm like, oh my God. It reminded me of this movie when I was younger, No Holds Barred. And you see one of the spit, 100% got spit in the stall. I was like, that is the nastiest. Fast forward, playing against the Bears. I was done. Go out there. I'm looking at Hank Fraley, and I'm talking to Ryan Tucker. Now I was like, I'm ready. Let me get one of them dips. So they pay me through it. I get you a good one. Spin it around. So get it in there. Get a good wad. So you want to put it in the pouch. You want to put it over here. They gave me all the instruction. What they didn't tell me is that dips are the fastest high that you will ever get. There is no.
It goes right to your head.
Hear me when I say this. There is nothing
right into the
that provides a faster high than that. I'm talking about within 30 seconds. I was this close to Erling, but I don't believe in throwing up. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't let myself do it, especially in front of all these people. Man, I wanted to.
Did you get it?
That's
get
real
rid of it?
strength.
Hell yeah. And threw that out. Water, Gatorade.
Yeah.
Did all that. I told Hank, I told the team, I told Joe Thomas, who didn't do it anyway, but I told him, I said, yeah, you guys got me, man. I don't know what you guys see in it.
This is how far I go. When I was in high school, we had to try it.
Yeah.
That was mandatory for our baseball team.
I appreciate the camaraderie of it.
Yeah, so we had a table, and our coach put Cherry Skull, Copenhagen, Levi Garrett, and Redman Plug. Those 4.
Okay.
You had to pick one of them, all right? So I took Levi Garrett, which actually was good.
Mint Kodiak.
All you do is you wrap gum around it, and it was a good wad. It was fine. Okay.
Nobody told me that.
Okay. My buddy at the time takes Redman Plug, and I said, you realize of the 4 choices we have here, that's the most potent, dude. You can't.
It's not that strong.
Yeah. He goes in right field. I look back there. He's as green as the grass he's running on.
Spit it out.
It was, and he had to leave. He was definitely sick. Yeah. Never did it again.
I'm with him.
And then I started getting into dip a little bit. But then one time I was drinking out of one beer bottle. Oh, you spitting into another
and confused him.
I confused him.
Yeah.
And took a big swallow, and that was it. So there you go.
I had there was an offensive lineman that once did a confusion deal. The only problem was it wasn't dip in the other one. You know how offensive linemen tend to go to the bathroom on the sideline? This was before the blue tent. So, yeah, he was like, oh man. Everybody knew what it was, too. Everybody was like, I told you about peeing on the sideline.
What is wrong with you?
Just pee on yourself.
Speaking of linemen, pee on yourself. Speaking of linemen, Brad Holmes on the podcast about Penei Sewell and the move possibly that everybody's been talking about, right tackle to left tackle. Here's what he said.
The thing I get asked the most is, or at least told the most more so, is Penei Sewell playing left tackle. When is Penei Sewell going to play left tackle? And I guess I'll ask you, has there been any conversations maybe this offseason, or have you floated the idea around maybe post Taylor Decker? Because I know you like to go into free agency, address needs, and then the draft is best player available. Has that maybe crossed your mind, the idea of him playing left tackle?
Oh, yeah. I think that's the beauty of having a player like him, is that you always have that flexibility of the possibility, of him playing left tackle. He's done it before. It's not anything foreign to him. So even as we're going through free agency, we weren't really pigeonholed like, got to get the left tackle, or we got to get it right. We're just like, what's the best tackle for us? And then we'll kind of adjust as needed. And so that's kind of the beauty of it.
I will give him credit.
Breathe.
I will give him credit in this sense. Sitting down and talking with those guys, most of them pretty good questions.
Yeah.
He was there to answer them.
The questions were much better than the answers.
than the answers.
Yeah.
So I would love for him to come into our studio and talk to you and I. That'd be fantastic. The invitation is always there.
He always says things that they like drive you crazy. Like what drives me crazy in the conversation, he said we weren't pigeonholed, which you weren't. You got Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell he's the best offensive lineman in football. Essentially, he can play both sides. He can play the right tackle, and he actually was a left tackle originally. We always saw this move coming. But when you say we're not pigeonholed, so we have Penei Sewell, and then you tell him, well, we can get the best offense, and then you bring in Juice Scruggs and Larry Borum. I'm like, what part of the conversation is this? Right. The best guy for the Lions, is it one of those two? Like, not for what I'm seeing out of Scruggs, not for what I'm seeing out of Borum, not for what I'm hearing.
He likes Borum a lot.
Well, he likes a lot of these players. He likes all his players. He told us that when he first got here. I love all the players that I choose. They're my guys. We understand that, so kudos to him. But I look at it this way.
I don't even know if I've loved all my girlfriends, bro.
Right. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I see you out
Love
here,
my wife, but I don't even know that.
Don't open
There was a life
What do you mean
before.
if you don't like your girlfriend, what the hell are you dating her for?
But that's why he didn't marry none of them, see? He married his wife. I just will say this, though, as it relates to going back to the sustainability and kind of bridging it with this conversation. Like, sustainability is cool, but sustainability can only get you so far. And what happens in this sustainability is people, get older. Like, players age out. Like, that prime disappears. And I know it's still young and players will go on, but you blinked. This is year 6 for Penei Sewell.
Mm-hmm.
You blinked. This is year 6 for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, you're going to blink again. Aiden Hutchinson is going to be in year 8.
That's when people start to think about windows.
100%. And then you look
because they look at it and
No
they're like,
longer
look,
garage.
we've got among the best, one of the top 5 at each, all these different positions. When are we going to take advantage of it?
We keep talking about the mobility of Jared Goff. Well, let me say it like this. The lack of mobility from Jared Goff. When he has an offensive line, that mobility doesn't matter. Correct. But when you have an offensive line, when you don't, how many times did people get to him last year? Mm-hmm. If you're going to tell me
career high in sacks for him.
When you tell me my right tackle is potentially going to be between Larry Borum and Juice Scruggs, how many sacks are coming off that right side? How long before? Like, you cannot sustain forever the prime of players. You cannot sustain that. So, yeah, we're going to run this thing back for a very long time, all right?
Yeah.
Those injuries that you drafted, they tend to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Like those players that used to be 4.2, they tend to go 4.4. The players that were 4.5, they tend to go 4.6 and some change. It tends to be a different look. So I understand the sustainability. You never want to be what the Lions were in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we like being in the conversation. We like being the talk on all those other networks. That's fun. Regardless of what you say, that's fun when they're talking about your team.
In a positive light.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
You keep trying to sustain with $1 million move here, $1 million move here, $1 million move here, $1 million move here. You're going to sustain exactly where you are, which is a team that finished 4th last year in its own division. A team that lost to the Minnesota Vikings, who had J.J. McCarthy and Brosmer.
Folks, there's a reason these guys are signing for 1-year deals, too. If you love them that much, you're probably willing to spend or have a bigger investment with them. No offense.
Instead, you give them Derek Jeter gift baskets.
Yeah. Instead, they're getting Emmitt Smith for breaking the record. Oh. Here's a fruit basket.
Okay, here we go. Let's play.
That's what I heard. I heard that's what he did.
Sounds like a rehearsal.
Let's play this out. Let's have some fun. Okay.
Okay.
This is what we're doing. We're now on the 1-year deal for $1 million, and we'll sign 8 to 12 players. Like, that's our new way of art. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. So you're excited about this year.
Yeah.
It's adding
depth. Got to do it all over again.
Thank you. That means next year we will have to have these same conversations, and you're talking about, well, we gave them 1 year to see what they're going to be. Who you re-signing out of these guys that you brought back?
Although you will
with
have
the exception of
you may have some draft picks that maybe stand in their way or take their place.
Right.
That could be. The hope is that with 9 draft picks, that you're going to draft 5 guys who are going to be impactful for you, and at least a couple who should start right away.
But here's the problem, though, and we keep talking about how many picks they have. 6 of those picks are 5. It's like 5 and down.
That's right. That's why I said 4 or 5 that should be contributors. Here's the other thing, and this goes back to his first soundbite that Kool-Aid played for us, talking about the financial restrictions, if you will. Remember this. Jack Campbell's going to be on his 5th year next year. He's going to have a cap hit that goes from $4.5 million to about 22. That's the market value. When you've got Jahmyr Gibbs, he's going to go from, $5.5 million to 14.5.
Yeah.
That's the market value. Okay, not the highest, but the market value. So it's Campbell, it's Gibbs, it's Brian Branch, if healthy. He's going to go from what?
Has anybody even seen him? Anybody have put eyes on him?
I have not. But 6 years or $6 million to $20 million. That will be the cap hit. And then Laporta is going to go from just under $7 million to about $18 million in a market value.
If his back and hip are right.
So the financial ramifications or the financial restrictions that he talked about and we played are going to be worse next year. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a fair assumption. And remember, you're kicking the can down the road for Jared Goff. All right, one more soundbite from him. He says they're not done yet. Now, this was before the Ben Borch signing, but he says they're not done yet. Here's Brad Holmes.
I'm glad you qualified that.
Yeah.
And we're not done yet. Like we're not done yet. Like we're still, we got our eyes open leading all the way up until the draft. So this thing's not over with yet. Now I don't have a crystal ball. Don't take that as like the definite, because if we don't sign anybody and then you're gonna say, but no, seriously, like we're still actively looking, still actively having discussions with players' agents. So we're not done. So wherever it's set now, we're going to keep adding. And then obviously when the draft comes, we're going to add as much as possible there with the right guys. And then when the draft's over, we're going to keep adding. We're going to keep adding post-draft.
Let me tell you the big question I think people have for Brad Holmes. You know, if, granted, you're not done yet, you're going to look to keep adding. That's fine. What are you looking to add? How much more money are you willing to spend? And how much will it take to keep the guys you've talked about? If you want to keep Gibbs and Campbell and Branch and Laporta, what's it going to take? Now, I know he doesn't have the crystal ball. He said that.
Right.
But you've got to have a ballpark on what you're going to need to do that. So that's the question I want to answer.
You got guys like Kirby Joseph and J-Mo signed to some pretty big deals.
Yeah, I mean, relatively, J-Mo is a very good deal. All right?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked a little bit about that yesterday. You want to give him some credit. Give him credit for this. He gets out in front of it. I know it frustrated some people because you didn't have to do it yet. Well, guess what? Now it looks like a hell of a deal.
Saving some pennies.
Yeah, saving some pennies.
Yeah, also that J-Mo move, that was like that. It was like a doubling down of sorts. It's like, this I'm gonna show you he was worth going up to get him in the draft 20 picks. I'm gonna double down on him and sign him as he should. 100%. You got to have two wide receivers in this league. And J-Mo showing you more than enough with that move. That's the last period for me where I think some true work can be done. Now, it is after the draft. A lot of guys are off the board. A lot of players that you will want are on other teams, or they're not leaving. They finalize that they're going to stay in those situations. But that is another time, because teams that don't make moves by a week and a half ago, now they're waiting to see how the draft plays out. Now they're waiting to see what they can do that Monday after the draft. So that will also be an interesting period. I actually agree with Brad on that. If they're making moves after that, what are those moves? The only thing that I have is the ones people want, the ones that are necessary, like those are gone. So the moves that come after the draft, Shep, the moves that are going to come after the draft, those are those moves that like just come out of nowhere. Like, you know what? They took our pick, or we let's do a deal, or let's make something happen, or somebody gets injured, or you know what? So your fingers are crossed in those situations though. It's not like when the free agency, when bell rings, then I got first shot, and you've been conversating off the books for the last 2 months. Like, it's not that conversation. This is when you boom, I got it. These are fingers crossed moves when you're talking about picking up players after the draft.
Speaking of picking, having your fingers crossed, you're having your fingers crossed with your NCAA tournament bracket, right? Ooh. It's down to the Sweet 16.
It is.
The Sweet 16 begins on Friday. That's when Michigan and Michigan State both play. When we come back, we've got a little game that Braylon has put together. We want to give it justice. We will do that after this. From Dr. Pierce, and Buddies, which is, by the way, right down in the kitchen. It tastes really
I'm gonna tell you like this: if I keep banging my head, if I keep
So
banging my
good.
fist on this desk, I'm gonna have to go see Dr. Pierce about my fist. So I'm gonna stop. Dr. Pierce is the injury insider. Woodward Sports 248-426-9944, or scan his QR code above my head. As it relates to you, man, he can diagnose anything. He'll get you right. Like I always tell you, it's about the right diagnosis, not just somebody telling you, "Oh yeah, your elbow hurts." What about my elbow? What is it about my elbow?
Your elbow
Is
hurts.
it truly my elbow or is it my forearm? If it's my forearm, is it a ligament? Is it a vein? What's going on? These are the questions that you need to ask. You don't always need surgery. And this guy, Dr. Jeffrey Pierce, can let you know that. Now, as it relates to the injury insights, man, we talked about Sam Laporta. We keep talking about these safeties. What are they going to be? We keep getting information from Doc. He keeps bringing those slides in so that we can understand what players are going through and in real time. We don't need any BS from social media because we got Doc. He can tell us exactly what it is, and you will see him on Thursday in studio.
Yeah, Doc says, Doc, my elbow hurts when I do this. You know what you do? Then don't do that. I mean, that's kind of the basic.
Put the lotion up.
The best unofficial holiday of the year is almost here. It's a little bit more than a week away. It's Friday, April 3rd. It's Tigers opening day, and we're kicking off with live broadcasts from the Grand Slam Opening Day Festival. Come out, hang out with us, talking baseball there at Buddies. It's going to be awesome. It's a live watch party. Broder, KG, and yours truly get a slice of the best pizza in town, grab a cold drink, talk some baseball. We can't wait to do it with you. It'll be Friday, April 3rd. Detroit, baseball is back. Celebrate with us, Woodward Sports, and our friends at Buddies.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all
Testing 1, 2, 3. You got levels? All right, bet.
That's a good one.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is not Tuesday or Thursday, but it does not matter because Black Rock is still a top rock experience. Daily specials and happy hour. If you want to pull up, though, and got a big group, call now and book your priority seating, but they will have you covered. Linsanity, you know what time it is. Home of the Steak on the Stone. 755-degree volcanic rock. That's what you're cooking on, and you cook it to perfection. If you want to know about those specials, sure, why not? $13.99, half pound of ribs, coconut shrimp, and fries. On Thursday, you'll get a sirloin, 6 ounces, shrimp scampi, and your choice of soup or salad, and also a side for $19.99. Look, I tell you all the time, the place is the best. They legitimately have great service. They legitimately have great food. It's just a special type of place to be.
I knew you were going to mention that. Linsanity.
You know it.
We were just talking about the best nicknames in all of sports.
Linsanity.
I don't know if it's not a nickname because that's his real name, but that aura was pretty damn cool.
Hey, it was.
Let's be honest. We like fun stuff. We like simple stuff. We like easy stuff. We like clean things. Most of us do. I don't think you're living in a pig pen. I hope you're not. Anyway, this is what Lady Jane's is all about. It is easy. Come in, sign in, sit down in a chair, you get your hair cut. I'm watching a guy right now. He literally just walked in. Sign in, okay? He gets to watch golf right behind him. How kick-ass is that, right? And he's going to be out of here before we are because they appreciate his time and they know they're going to give him a great shave and a great haircut. It's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. They are open 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime because it is wicked awesome.
Side note, you bring up golf. Name for me a better theme song for an event and one that makes sense than the Masters in Georgia by Ray Charles.
It doesn't.
It's better than One Shining Moment than every other titled theme song. Like because it's just so fitting.
It is. First of all, it's
the
perfect.
best,
It is perfect. I will say this. I do get caught up in the John Tesh NBA. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it. But anyway, I do love Monday Night Football. I do love Monday Night Football too. We were talking about nicknames. How about that kid from St. Louis? Remember him?
Yeah.
The basketball player, Milk Chamberlain.
Yeah.
They called him Milk Chamberlain.
100%.
Or they called him.
Why they call him Milk? I'm joking.
No. What was
the other one? Dream Abdul-Jabbar. Remember that?
Cream.
Yeah, Cream Abdul-Jabbar.
That's the one. Cream.
What's his name? Robbie Avila?
Robbie
Avila?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, you want to do your... Let's do our NCAA bracket.
Let's do that, but let's let Kool-Aid run us through some of these super chats, man.
Oh, right on.
We've been hitting it hard.
Good
We
job.
legitimately been going at our boy Brad Holmes. I want to see what the people have to say. Kool-Aid, what
Yes, sir.
are we up against, man? Should I put my boxing gloves on?
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see. There might be some things here that make you chuckle, some things that make you feel like you gotta kind of have the dukes up and everything.
Okay.
But shout out to the chat family. I just gotta commend them. They've already blown through the first light goal, and we're well on our way to the second one. So shout out to you guys for supporting the show today.
Like.
Shout out. And the super chats have been rolling in, so we're going to read through those real quick. Michael Wary, $2 super chat, says the red allows dirt in your gas line, saying the old gas cans from earlier.
Right.
So that's why they supposedly changed them. I think it was just so that they can find a way to sell more.
New. I learned something new. God love them. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Mike.
To go. Good job, Mike, as always.
Yeah, and then he follows that up with a $5 super chat. He says, Barch is a former fourth-round pick of the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2020, year 3. 5 games in, he suffered a dislocated knee, ending his season.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's the one we brought up and said it might be career-threatening. And then there were a number a year ago.
Whenever you hear the phrase as it relates to injuries, when you hear dislocated, it's always a red flag. It's like ears have to prop up when you hear dislocated. And then you start talking about dislocated knee, dislocated hip, dislocated shoulder. Like you start mentioning things like that. Like it was a tough.
Especially as a lineman. Freddie Felt, $2 super chat.
Freddie. He
says, let Brad cook on an easy bake oven. One pride. Shout out, Freddie.
I appreciate the Lions fans that can take it with a grain of salt, crack some jokes, if you will, but also be on the side to support when you feel like you need to support. Also push back when you need to push back. I feel like this is a pushback moment. I think that was funny as hell.
Yeah, look, there is one. We got 3 more to get to here. There's one that you may have to put the dukes up.
Come on, let's go.
This one's kind of cool though. Teddy Fresh, $5 super chat says, Governor Bargain Ben Brad, ladies and gentlemen. He sure can filibuster, can't he?
I like how he's
That was pretty
twisted that
good.
all in.
That was actually pretty smooth, man. I mean,
You know why that's in reference to? You said he knows how to play that game, the politics side of it, and that's exactly what that is in reference to. It's good. That's a good twist of words.
It's all cute. It's all fun. I think there's fun. I think there's some. I won't say genius, but there is some skill. That's really good. There's some real tact to what he does in playing that game. But it won't be a game is if you don't have those results next season. Because for as much as the fans that support Brad, which you should, like I never not advocate for supporting Brad. Advocate for supporting Brad. So keep supporting him. But that support and that chill and that and let Brad cook, they don't make the playoffs. Or they get embarrassed this year. And to me, get embarrassed is not making the playoffs at this point because we're way beyond that. You don't make it again, those conversations are going to change. That support is going to change.
It's going to get deeper. Yeah.
I just happen to be able to believe that I can see a little bit before it's come. Like, I'm going to be super interested to see what they do in packaging up picks in the draft because that is what he's good at. Like if you told me what is Brad Holmes, one thing he's particularly no, I'm not saying like that. Yeah. Like he's done other things well for sure. What is one thing that he's particularly good at? Packaging up picks.
Yeah,
packaging up picks. You got 9 of them. How can you put together a package that is very friendly for the Detroit Lions as it relates to
some in the chat? Kind of bouncing that around. Wondering if he's gonna go up and get one of those. Defensive line players in the first round, and one of those, highly rated offensive line players in the second round. So
he better get it right in terms of the packaging, and the reason why is because the 4 picks that we have that we said those are our tops, which is first, first, third, and no, we do have first, second, fourth, fourth.
Correct.
That's what it is. Do not have those 4 picks. Those aren't necessarily first round pick 5. That's not second round pick. That's not second round pick 34. Like, so you got to be really good if it's drafted as it is now. If you don't make moves, you got to be perfect. You got to be perfect with those picks. 17, you got to be perfect. 53, you got to be perfect. 127, you got to be perfect. So it's gonna be interesting what the packaging looks like because I can't imagine there's a world where you stay at pick 17 and 53. Just my thought.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm over here cracking up at some of these, man. She loves me on payday. Just sent to the super chat.
Arguably the best name in the chat. And Hoof Arted is close, but like she loves me on payday, only on payday.
Yeah,
that would get my vote.
He says, "I just know Brad gives his wife the absolute worst excuses when he doesn't do whatever he's supposed to.
Like take the trash out." Babe, it was crazy. So let me tell you, like,
it was a raccoon.
So that's a raccoon. It was a raccoon out there.
I ain't messing with no raccoon.
Well, the reason I didn't take the trash out the night before is because I thought I could save a little bit more energy if I did it in the morning right before. But then when I woke up in the morning, I forgot that I had to stop it. Stop. But it's so smooth and how he conversates.
Don't gaslight me, Brad.
Like that's what happens. And in arguments or in disagreements. The person that's yelling always looks like the loser, correct? But the person that really is the smoothest in the conversation knows how to set a pace that trips up someone, and then you call them losing the conversation.
That's right. That's exactly what
it's like. Just because I get into this with who from time to time. Just because you're chill, and just because you're chill and you're not yelling, like doesn't mean you're not setting me up for failure. Like it doesn't mean you're not doing anything. Like yes, I'm raising my voice, and yes, I'm wrong, but you're doing something too. I just can't whatever.
Speaking of doing something, why don't you take us through your Sweet 16 March Madness bracket up here? We don't have Sam Adams.
We will on
not
Friday.
At Art and Jake's, but we will on Friday. Let's do this. Let's get to the Sweet 16 and what we're going to do here.
Can I turn this thing on?
Okay. Yeah.
Quick.
You don't have to make it quick. This is what we do. It is what we do.
All right, where's it?
Put the bracket up.
Put the bracket up, Kool-Aid, so the people can see it. I like hearing myself. That was actually kind of cool.
There you go. There you go, right there.
All right, cool. You see what the bracket is? So we're playing a game, and what the game is, can you hear me? Is that good? Do I have to move?
It's very good.
And what we're doing is we're doing our own Sweet 16. It's 4 of us. It's 4 picks. So what we're going to do, we've already got the order. Kool-Aid, who wasn't even here, somehow Kool-Aid got 2. Cam, who didn't pick, got the number 1 pick. Shep's 3rd. I'm 4th. But there is strategy to picking this, and we got a board over here that I'm going to write things in. So obviously the objective is to try to get the most teams that you think are going to win the national championship or at least be in the Final Four, we do have a little money on it, and the money is between us, and whoever wins, guess what? He gets to take us out for dinner. So, with the first pick, Sweet Potato Cam, who are you choosing in the Sweet 16?
Be easy if you could. Please lace me up with them Wolverines.
All right, I knew it was done. I'm going to go black. Here we go. Wolverines for Cam. Cam, Sweet Potato Cam. Cam, you are the Wolverines. All right, second pick on the board, Kool-Aid. Who you taking in your bracket?
Give me Arizona.
Damn it.
You knew that was going to happen. All right, Kool-Aid.
Duke almost got me, but nah. I'm feeling a little something about that state magic down there.
All right, Kool-Aid.
Shep,
what you got going?
Surprise you. I'm going to take Iowa State.
Ooh, Cyclones.
Shep, sneaky.
They be kind of hot.
Shep, that was a nice move you did right there. That was So, but the good thing is, since I'm last, here we go. Since I'm last,
you're snaking.
I also get to go 4 and 5.
Right.
So I get 2 back to back. All right, Shep is on the board. Iowa State. I am going to go Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Shep. I know how to play the game.
Yeah, you do.
And of course, Duke.
All righty.
Let me see. Duke, Houston. Yes, that's what I got.
Okay. That means I'm up, right?
Yep.
I picked this team to go in the finals anyway against Arizona, so I'm taking UConn.
Okay, I'll take that one.
Huskies.
I like that.
Even though I'll be rooting for MSU.
Okay, here we go. Shep got UConn, Iowa State so far.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Potato, Kent. Kool-Aid is up. Who you taking, Kool-Aid? What it's looking like?
I'm gonna do a little bit of
Iowa. You got to go to Iowa, don't you?
He didn't have to.
Just
swaying the vote.
Golly. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go Michigan State.
All right.
I'm gonna go Michigan State. I'm feeling something about them right now.
I feel like it's never gonna get back to me.
All right. Sweet Potato Cam, you'll get Iowa.
Sweet Potato.
He gets 2 in a row.
Yes.
Oh,
he gets
yeah,
1
bounces
and
back.
9.
Yeah.
Well,
if I may.
You
get St. John's.
8-9.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Please.
here comes St. John's.
Por favor.
Damn.
Okay. And the next one?
And then shits for giggles. Hook 'em horns, baby. Let's go, Burnt Orange.
Kool-Aid likes that one.
Man, all right, so.
All right, Kool-Aid, you're next.
That's just for fun. Come on.
I know mine too. Please, Lord. I know one's gonna be gone, cause I know you.
Mm-hmm.
One will be gone, but one will be there. All right, Kool-Aid, what you got?
You know what? Anybody pick Purdue?
No.
Boiler
You
down.
have.
We will go Purdue.
Okay.
That was one of them.
Oh.
All right. I'm battling between Arkansas and Illinois. I don't think Arkansas is beating Arizona because I think they're winning it all. I'll take Illinois.
That's
Damn it.
good one.
I was gonna corner the market on that one. I was gonna take Illinois and Houston. All right, here we go. 2 picks left. Shep, you got. Let's see.
You
Shep's
like
got-
Rick Barnes, so you
got
should take
Illinois.
Tennessee.
You also got. Oh, you only went once. Let me get. Let me get Arkansas.
Okay.
Since my St. John's is gone.
And.
Oh, so Kool-Aid got Purdue.
So let's face it, the West is out, the East is out.
Sweet Potato Cam got Texas. Dang, I'll probably go. Who I have left?
You can either go Nebraska,
1, 2,
Iowa,
3. I do
Tennessee,
Iowa.
or Bama.
Yeah, because I'm not taking Bama over Michigan. Actually, Iowa or Tennessee. I'm going to take.
Rocky Top.
I think Tennessee is going to beat Iowa State, especially with Jeffries out.
Ooh.
Give me Iowa.
I don't think you believe that.
You see, give me Iowa.
Oh, you're gonna take Iowa?
I'm taking Iowa. So I took Iowa.
Oh, I thought you were taking Tennessee. Okay. My last pick will be Nebraska.
Oh, head to head. Shep, head to head. Be easy. All right. And
Kool-Aid, your last pick?
Bama.
What's up?
You get
Tennessee or Bama?
You get Tennessee or Bama.
I'll go Tennessee.
Okay.
Sorry, Cam.
Cam's got Bama.
Here, you can say it on camera. Go on ahead, Cam.
No, we good.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is like this. That's like what you didn't want to do though. It's like sweet potato has to play itself.
I know.
And you play yourself in the first one, but at least you win. You're guaranteed to get a win.
I will say this: for having the last
so
pick,
sad, dog.
You got a great.
Bray did pretty well. I mean, Houston's
I am
legit
not far from
for sure.
far.
Out of the South, right? Houston is legit out of the South, and Duke's a number 1 seed for a reason.
Yeah.
So you've got. I was trying to see how many people got 1 seeds.
See,
and when you got a 1 and a 2 like that, it's pretty damn good.
So I was happy. Like this was going to be my first pick, regardless. Right. And the reason why is because they're better than them, and them.
Right.
So I looked at that. I was like, give me Houston, but Duke and Houston were there, so not bad. So this is going to be fun. We're going to see how it plays and how it shakes out.
Yeah. I would just remind you, Florida's better than Iowa, and Iowa still won.
Florida's. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
So that's the beauty of what March Madness is all about.
This is like my. I did a second chance bracket too. I got to take a look and see what I did just for fun. I got to see if it's ESPN. It's like
yeah. Hey, listen, your ESPN bracket is killing it, as we mentioned before.
My family one isn't. That's why I threw that second chance bracket. The family.
Oh, I got you.
Y'all want to play this too?
Yeah. So I think that the tough. What do you think is the toughest game? Who has the toughest game?
It's not even close. It's Arkansas and Arizona is the game that I'm like dying to watch.
I think it's UConn, Michigan State.
Yeah, but like I think Arizona's a tough because Arizona's been the best team all year, and they haven't necessarily had to play against a team that's surging like Arkansas. Arkansas can beat anybody up there. Like not everybody on that can say that. In Arizona, I think that's gonna be a tough matchup for them.
Okay, yeah.
Duke St. John. I think St. John beating Duke.
Yeah.
I had St. John's beating Duke, so.
I know you did. I do think, look, you're right. Arizona's, or I should say Arkansas is a very good basketball
Arizona's
team.
good.
But, Arizona's 34-2. There's a reason for that, okay? And their 2 losses were by the slimmest of margins. They were back-to-back. I mean, they lost by 4 to Kansas. And then who was their second straight loss?
I do remember.
You know who it was?
Yeah.
It was Texas Tech.
Crazy thing about that.
They lost by 3 to Texas Tech.
Kansas game. Darren Peters didn't even play in that game.
Yeah.
Darren Peters, he didn't play in that game.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that's the one game where I was giggling my ass off when Kansas lost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Same.
Before we get to the Super Chats and anything in the mailbag, let's take a quick time out for massage chairs, being that I missed it yesterday, and Supreme Lending. Go ahead.
Shout out to the chat family once again. You guys actually deserve a visit to the Massage Chair House. Scan that QR code above my head and get a jump on this information. It's the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest because, Michigan, we only do it the right way. Features top-tier brands like Infinity and Osaki. I can personally vouch for the Osaki. It's amazing. This is your destination to premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, and creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at the Wellness Doc. Make sure you give it a follow, and you can get kind of just your plan together for when you take your visit. Book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
And buying a home or refinancing is a huge decision. And just like in sports, you need a solid team behind you. That's why we're proud to welcome Supreme Lending to the Woodward Sports family. As a full-service lender, they boast a 99% close-on-time rate and a 97% customer satisfaction score. But here's the game changer. When you apply for an eligible loan, mention Woodward Sports, and you'll receive up to $500 off your appraisal. To score the deal, call the numbers on your screen and talk to Chad and Chris at Supreme Lending today.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball. Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Cooking something.
Man, 100%. Welcome back to the last hour of the show. Interesting enough, I was just reading Adam Schefter's tweet. I just want to let you guys, or X tweet, however you call it these days, I don't know. I just want to let you know you guys aren't the only fan base out there, or we are not the only fan base out here that's coping with the moves that have been made. Chargers signed guard Coyote Awosika. You guys familiar with the name? Mm-hmm. You know where he's from? We're 100%. Who spent the last 4 seasons with the Detroit Lions. I'm listening to or reading their comments. Solid depth addition right there. Hope it fits well within the group. Another cheap piece from the Detroit Lions is going to help us out. I appreciate the move. Cost effective. Run game about to be elite. Definitely a position of need for them. Oh, he played 50 games, 11 starts over 4 years. That's called an experienced, battle-tested player. Can't wait to have him on the offensive line. So, not flashy, but dependable. That's the kind of O-line guy you need.
Nobody from here wrote this.
You see with the other move. Solid depth move for Harbaugh. Run-heavy Chargers. Awosika brings 50 games, 11 starting experience. Wow. Cheap veteran interior to help smart trench rebuilding. So, I just want to let you guys know that you guys aren't original as it relates to coping with the moves that are being made. So, it's not just us. It's everybody's out there trying to make sense of moves.
You know what I'm trying to make sense of? You heard what happened with Puka Nacua? What is up? I mean, holy mother. First of all, let me just say this for the record. I think there are people out there trying to take advantage of athletes on a regular basis. Yeah. Not everybody, okay? And I'm not saying athletes are always innocent. I always want to hear both sides of the story. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Puka Nacua accused of biting a woman and making anti-Semitic remarks at an outing in December. It was in December. It's March, okay? Nacua has denied the allegations that he said something about those with Jewish faith during a dinner. As for the bite marks, his attorney says there was some horseplay. All right? So something like that happened.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Here's some of the stuff that has happened to him, okay? So allegedly, and that's the key word, because everybody is taking what the woman says and saying that Nacua is guilty of it. He has not had some good looks, and it's almost guilt by association because, after the Super Bowl, he's making fun of Sam Darnold. He was talking about skydiving on a date with Sydney Sweeney and lying about it. A number of different things. Said something about Myles Garrett and the NFL equivalent of Giannis Antetokounmpo, which makes no sense whatsoever. Goes on a live stream, was criticizing referees and so on and so forth. I want to like this dude.
Yeah.
I think he's a hell of a player. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. He's up for a big time extension considering what just happened with Jackson Smith and Jigba. What do you make of this?
Do we have the video first of all from yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and play that video from yesterday.
All right.
Yeah,
well, you love Puka Nacua.
I do.
So, and rightfully so. And
Puka Nacua is he's starting to get interesting. Like I want to see where he gets to this season, and the reason why I say that is because you start to see more and more and more off-season things with Puka Nacua. and like things that are like not having to do anything with football.
Was he the same? He was the same draft as JSN, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's got more rocks. He's got more yards. He's got one fewer touchdown. He's higher in average. Really matter. This doesn't matter. You being on point about you're hearing more and more.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you knew about this,
No,
but you did find a trend.
Yeah, it was funny as hell, man. Like when that got sent in, I said I just commented on it. I didn't even know. Realistically, a lot of that stuff is like it's smoke and mirrors. Like we can call it spade a spade. You look at some of that stuff you say on streams, and he said this. Look, people go on podcasts these days. People can say whatever they want to say. If I'm the owner of a team, I don't want you to say certain things, but I'm not gonna like reprimand you for that. When you look at some of that stuff, though, it's like, look, stop putting yourself in these situations. Don't put yourself in these positions. Like you're an elite athlete, an elite sport. You're in the city. You got a chance to go to the Super Bowl. These things right now. There are a lot of eyes that are going to be on you, and it's unfair. I get it. Yeah, but it comes with the territory. So find a way to be a little more off the beaten path. Stuff like lying out loud. Like there's no reason to lie anymore. Like it never really was, but like now, like
there's too much that can catch you.
100%. And people have receipts. Like receipts are everywhere. You cannot make comments like I did this. Like, wait, I've never even heard of this guy.
Yeah.
Like, who is he? So, but with that being said, like,
but don't put yourself in a situation dating a woman.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, okay, because her making the allegations that he said something to those who practice the Jewish faith, and he's sitting there saying, I didn't say that. I mean,
I'm not even worried about
who's
that.
expected, but I know,
like,
but
still, the bite more so, like the biting and the public intoxication, like
the public intoxication, the biting. Okay, I mean Marv Albert.
Yeah.
Okay, Marv Albert. Anybody hear of him? I know. I mean,
listening.
Okay, he got a little kinky. Okay.
Yeah,
Rick
can get a little
Pitino.
wild.
By the way, Rick Pitino recovered.
This is true.
Hi, Mr. Table. Oh, hi, Miss Waitress. There's a lot of guys who've recovered. Tiger Woods. Hi, Miss Perkins. They've recovered. So the bite mark is one thing. The anti-Semitic, the public intoxication, those are things that are tough to get away from.
Also, too, you don't want you can recover, but you don't put yourself in a situation where you have to recover. Like you talk about the first two guys, like they'll be all right. Like Marv Albert, and who was the second guy you said?
Tiger Woods.
No, there's one other guy. Then you said Tiger. Well, let's just leave it.
Okay.
Marv Albert, he's not worried about it. He'll recover, and then Tiger have to be the second to you, the first to me, greatest golfer of all time, and he's just one of the greatest sports players of all time. He's gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody like Puka Nacua, football is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like all it takes is the wrong move, the wrong situation, and your ass will never see the light of day. Like you will never see the light of another day. So you got to be careful. Like you're not Tiger Woods. Like everybody is going after Tiger for everything that he is, and he want a part of him. Like they don't care about the 10 chicks. They don't care about his wife beating him up. They don't care about him crashing into this before the outing and the Buick outing or whatever it was, or the Genesis.
They're in California.
People don't care about that because who Tiger is.
Yes.
What Tiger can do for their brand.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can't get on the field because you're doing all this dumb stuff off the field, you won't be able to get on the field, which means I no longer care about who you are as Puka Nacua. Who cares? You got a cool name. I care about you going out there, get 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns, and being amazing on the football field.
And representing the brand that you wear.
Bam.
Right.
Because in the NFL, the difference with the NFL versus a lot of other teams, like let's say basketball. Basketball is a player-driven league. Basketball, fans are coming to see the players. Like it's not the teams. Yeah, we love the Pistons, but you ain't start loving the Pistons until Cade Cunningham got here. You love Cade Cunningham. Like you follow. If Cade left and went somewhere else, Detroit's a tricky city to say that. But you'll follow a player.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, oh, man, I'm still going to follow Cade. I'm going to follow LeBron on his 18th team. I'm going to follow whoever goes where. In football, you care about the team.
Yeah.
Like, because guess what? A lot of guys have come and gone, and you're still a Lions fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when players leave in football, what do we typically do?
True.
Like, in football, when players leave, man, F that guy. Nobody cared about him.
Right.
Man, he rode out of here anyway. He didn't want to be here.
He didn't want to be
You
here.
make up all type of stuff when a player leaves town in football.
That's why you're wearing jerseys on a regular basis.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but when Chauncey got traded, there was a lot of people looking over at what Denver was doing.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember that.
So
you're right, man. Basketball, he's right.
Were they?
Oh, yeah. People were mad. Man.
They were mad. They were mad at one
You can
person.
be mad all you want, but you're not sitting there going, I'm telling you what, man, I'm wearing a Nuggets jersey from now on.
No,
they ain't doing that.
I didn't say wearing the Nuggets jersey, but supporting Chauncey and saying, see, we told you guys he still had a whole lot left in the tank.
The only time
where are those people now?
I was one of those guys.
I'm not playing poker with them, I can tell you that.
Shep has been almost at the start of the show.
First of all, Shep been cooking since he got back. You don't remember Monday? He was like, "Oh, let me get that LeBron."
Cade Mays did this.
Yeah, he did. Cade and Brad Holmes, like collectively. But then too, the people that support Chauncey after he left, like you only support guys that left teams because of
somebody else.
Because somebody else. You hate what somebody did to move him away. So now it's like, well, I'm gonna hate Joe DeMars and I'm gonna love you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm gonna hate Stafford because he said he wanted out, even though I am Lions free. For the last 6 years.
Before that, we were saying Stafford should get out of here. We
get him out of here.
And then he does it.
Get
You're
him
like,
outta here.
screw that guy. He didn't want to be here. Jared Goff. All right, tomorrow we'll talk more football. We'll talk a lot of stuff with you here on the Braylon Edwards Show.
Shep, who's winning? Shep, who's winning? Now you gotta make a prediction. Yankees and Giants, man. Opening night MLB. The show has returned. What you got for me?
Big ballpark.
Max Fried on the mound.
Yeah. The Yankees are better.
Yeah.
So I'll go with the Yankees.
I'm going Giants 4-3. Rafael Devers. Homer to win it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Opening night. I'm gonna be tuned in from start to finish on streaming service.
Is it going in the water? Is it going in the bay?
Nah, it's not gonna go in the water.
Somebody with a canoe out there, or somebody with a kayak grabbing it.
That's Barry Bonds territory.
I do have three super chats just to read before we
Holy
wrap
cow.
up
All right.
completely. Dante151 499 super chat says, could the reason why Brad is doing this, where he resigns his people who don't burn him in the long run, is because of like Cam Sutton who went GTA back in 2024? Who knows? Michael Wary, $2 super chat says, go blue.
But even Cam Sutton, if you go back, was a bargain move. You got Cam Sutton, you got him for 2 years, $13 million.
Yeah.
Say 2 years, $13 million, and he didn't make it to the second year because of what happened. But it was a bargain move.
Yep.
You know, even then, it was a good move at the time.
And the last one that we have comes from Randall Small. He
says,
it sounds like whiny hosts and fans to me as it relates to the commentary against Brad Holmes.
I don't mind that. You know what, like Randall, you're allowed to think how you think. I'm allowed to think how I think.
Yeah, I would disagree with that, but I understand where you're coming from.
I appreciate him listening so always. He's one of the biggest supporters.
Yeah, he's the man. We got a lot of them in the chat. We're always lucky. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget the guys at 5 o'clock, the heavyweights.
I'm gonna hit him with something. This I'm in. I can't. You know me. I can't let a comment just go unstoked. My thing is this: we've been letting Brad cook. You say let him cook, let him cook, let him cook. He cooked last year, and what happened? So when you're having these conversations about letting him cook and Stoke not scared, well, show me something.
I would also say it's okay to raise your expectations for your front office, for your players, for your franchise. There's nothing wrong with that. And those expectations will be high for the team that plays tomorrow and opens their season. We'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow as well. Hope you can join us. Enjoy the heavyweights at 5.
Let's go.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.